So hello everyone, this is Shanmugraj. Welcome to today's video. I'm continuing my efforts on putting videos on PMBOK 7 series and other PMS standards and Agile series. Today we're going to continue the topic of models, methods and artifacts. In previous two videos we talked about different models available. Today we're going to discuss different commonly used methods which has been discussed in PMBOK 7. Methods are nothing but the ways and means of achieving the outcome. See, the models and methods being used as an inputs for tailoring mechanism of your project performance domains. So according to your project context, you can choose your methods and models, right? So let's understand what are the commonly used methods and what are methods are available in each category, and you see that which can be used which performance domain, right? So there are four commonly used methods. Category of methods is PMBOK 7 is describing. The first one is data gathering analysis. So today we're going to discuss entire set of methods available in data gathering analysis. Another commonly used methods in estimating category, meetings and events category, and other methods. So we will discuss that other three methods in tomorrow's video, right? So today we're going to concentrate on data gathering and analysis methods. So let's get into the data gathering analysis methods. The first method we're going to start with is alternative analysis, evaluating the identified options and approaches, right? So there may be multiple ways of executing that particular work. There may be multiple options available for designing a particular product or designing a particular piece of work. So you can choose, in an IT scenario, you can go for, microservices, one of the design, monolithic, 3-tier architecture, 4-tier architectures, multi-tier architectures, right? You can decide and evaluate different options based on the product context. You can choose one alternative or one option. The second method is an assumption and constraint analysis, right? A project manager generally loves about assumption and constraint analysis. So this analysis ensures that, you are integrating assumption and constraint into the project plans, right? There are assumptions I can put that customer will provide a Spark for my requirements gathering, customer will provide a sign off for those things, right? So those, if assumption goes wrong, what will happen to a project plan? So you need to integrate that assumptions and constraint analysis into a project plans. Very, very important analysis to incorporate in our day-to-day life. Benchmarking is very, very important methods. You need to compare our actual data with the industry best ones, right? Try to compare our processes and standards with ISO standards, security standards, right? Or CMMI standards. There are multiple standards, industry standards are available. So try to benchmark with industry standards. The fourth method is the business justification analysis methods. Right? What are the ways we can justify our business case? How do you know that this project is going to give you a return on investment? What can be the break-even analysis, break-even period? What can be a payback period? You can use multiple analysis methods for justifying business. The methods are available at payback period. Payback period is to tell you that in how many years you will pay back your investment, get back your investment. Right? Break-even analysis. At what year you try to break your profits will break even the investment. Right? The point onwards you will start making profit. Internal rate of return, right? What could be the future rate of return, and evaluating 2 or 3 projects based on the rate of return you will get it. Are you getting a better internal rate of return? You choose the project is giving a better rate of return on investment. When I will start, can I get return on investment early, right? How soon you will get the return on investment? How staggered manner I will get the return on investment, right? Net present value, cost benefit analysis. These are the different methods available for business justifications. Right, so very, very important methods are used at strategic level. So before you even kick off the particular initiative, right? Any governmental projects, you look at it, they'll do that. Cost benefit analysis, return on investment analysis, net present value. Try to get insights about 3 or 4 alternative ways of working about that particular initiative. Choose the best one, right? So that's very important. Other data gathering analysis are check sheets. Check sheet is another one. Checklist is quite commonly used in any processes or any execution of work, right? In a pharma industry, hospital industry, you have a lot of checklist for a patient. Yeah, in a software industry, you have a lot of checklist for deployment, production deployment, right? And you're going for when you launch the product, you'll go for a lot of checklist, right? The next method is cost of quality. Try to identify cost of quality. Try to understand what is the prevention and what is appraisal. The amount of money you put in terms of training, in terms of putting the process and selecting the right methods, right, events. So the amount of money you spend in prevention, the amount of money you spend in appraisal, right? So money is put in rework, money you put on fixing the defects, bugs. So combination of addition of summation of prevention and appraisal is cost of quality, right? Decision tree analysis, implication of a chain of multiple options, is a quite very common analysis you do. Even you can use the mathematical models using decision tree analysis, right? And value analysis, and we already discussed, I think I already provided a video on end value management and end value analysis for both waterfall or both predictive and adaptive methods, waterfall and agile, how we can do the EV analysis. So it essentially talks about the cost and schedule performance, what is the baseline cost and schedule and how it's performing now, what could be the estimated completion, what could be the projections in forecasting, expected monetary value of different projects you can evaluate, right? If I do that, projects is multiple ways, what could be the expected monetary value on two or three different designs I'm looking at, right? Forecasting is a wonderful method for prediction. Predictions are used. Forecasting is a wonderful method for predictions. Regression analysis is one of the forecasting methods. Right? Influence diagram, causal influences. Try to put in a diagram what are the causal influences of different causes and figure out that what are the best ways and you can solve that issues. Life cycle assessment, it's about evaluating the total environmental impact of product or system, right? So you might when you develop a software, you go for if you use a waterfall method, right, you'll go for requirement design, implementation, testing, and deployment, right? You'll go for phases of life cycle within the life cycle. Then you can evaluate in a total environment and a system perspective, how what are the things you're going to affect in each phases and how we can deal that situations. It's called life cycle assessment, as a holistic assessment. Make or buy analysis, very very important analysis. You gather the data around what would happen if you buy this, what would happen is what is the cost I will incur if I make it, right? See, for example, when you go for my company, I will go when I went for agile transformation, right? When we go for agile tool selection, we had an option of going for tools like Jira or Azure DevOps, or we can build the tool in house itself. So finally, we went ahead by tools like Jira. That's more benefiting, right? We are using SaaS, right? That was more benefiting for us than putting an effort on that. Another option is the probability and impact analysis. PI analysis is a very very important technique a project manager need to understand when you do the risk quantitative and qualitative analysis. Right? Essentially used for risk quantitative analysis. The probability and impact, you try to understand the uncertainty. Risk is nothing but uncertainty of happening that particular event, right? So what could be the probability of uncertainty? What is the probability? There is a 50% chance of occurring that particular undesired event. If that happens, what is an impact? What is my probability score? What is my impact score? Try to multiply that. You will get PI score. And highest PI score, you have to be very watchful about it. Actually, highly you have to give monitoring. 100% monitoring should be given to high PI risks. Process analysis, going for a systematic review of steps, procedures of activity, right? So going for step-by-step analysis, not missing any one particular steps as part of standard operating procedures, right? That's called process analysis. Regression analysis, it's about a mathematical modeling between input and output variables, right? This example could be what could be the impact on the sales by incorporating or introducing this marketing campaign, right? So you try to, if I introduce that marketing campaign, what could be the boost in my sales? You try to correlate it input and output variables, build a mathematical model around it. Reserve analysis. What is the reserve we need in terms of contingency and manage reserves, so that you manage the entire cost of the project within that particular not going beyond the contingency. Root cause analysis, very very important to understand. The project managers need to understand multiple methods available within the root cause analysis itself, right? So a lot of methods like 5 analysis is coming from lean, and fishbone diagram is coming from Japanese world, Ishikawa diagram. I already know that, right? You try to combine the parallel analysis with a 5 analysis, a fishbone analysis, right? Try to understand the variances, what it takes to 80% of the problems are happens with the 20% of causes. You try to focus on the 20% of causes and try to do that 5 analysis around that. Simulations like Monte Carlo simulation, you try to do that, the computer simulations, simulate your uncertainties and see what could be the impacts. Monte Carlo is a computer based system, right? Stakeholder analysis, right? Try to understanding the power and influence, distance and everything, put some score around it. Try to understand the importance of influence of that particular stakeholders. Accordingly, you can plan your actions according to what kind of reporting you can plan and everything. SWOT analysis, right? Understanding your strength and weakness, opportunities that in the particular project, right? As a performing organization, you understand these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, right? These are my opportunities available, these are the threats available. You can do the analysis, you can contextualize according to that. Trend analysis, right? Mathematical models only. It's about building a mathematical model and try to, based on the historical data. Nowadays we are a lot of unsupervised learning models also available, right? You can do the trending based on the historical data and try to project the data actually, right? Value stream mapping, very very important method for in lean actually. So you try to it comes from the world of lean. You try to analyze the flow of the material, right? So flow of the work item, right? What are the different stages go through, identify any waste, eliminate these waste, smoothen out your flow of materials, and that will increase the lead time and cycle time. Variance analysis, right? Examples are EV analysis, difference between the actuals and baseline, right? Difference between the planned and actual velocity, difference between the planned cost and actual cost, right? Difference between our planned schedule and actual schedule. What if scenario analysis? So evaluate the scenarios in order to predict their effect on project objectives. So try to evaluate different scenarios. What if this particular event happened? What if the government policy changes? What if that interest rate, RBI changing interest rate, what could be the effect on my business? What could the effect on my project or the initiatives, right? That you can look at it. So these are the methods. It's extensively listed in PMBOK series on data gathering analysis methods, right? So tomorrow we'll continue with estimation and other methods which you can use in your tailoring of your performance domains, right? So with that I'm concluding today's video. So thanks for listening and your time. So I would like to listen your feedback in terms of my delivery. I would like to understand the improvement areas. I would like to incorporate those in my future videos, right? So thanks for your time. So let's meet tomorrow with another video on methods. Thank you. Bye bye.